My name is Maya Pinto, and I'm a Senior Policy and Research Analyst at Align, a community labor coalition dedicated to creating good jobs, vibrant and healthy communities, and an accountable democracy for all New Yorkers. Align is a member of the Coalition for Healthy Ports, an alliance of port truck drivers, environmental justice and environmental activists, faith leaders, labor unions, and community advocates fighting for environmental and economic justice at the ports and in the port communities of New York and New Jersey. I'm here to raise deep concerns about moving forward with the Bayonne Bridge raising project, one of massive scale, without a comprehensive understanding of its environmental impact, without a process that ensures transparency and accountability, and without addressing existing problems with the Port Authority's Clean Truck program. The draft environmental assessment released by the U.S. Coast Guard, the permitting agency for the Bayonne Bridge raising, found that the project would cause no significant environmental impact. Another federal agency, the Environmental Protection Agency, has raised, quote, fundamental concerns with this finding. In comments submitted to the Coast Guard in December 2012, the EPA stated, quote, we believe that an appropriate analysis would likely reveal changes in the distribution pattern of cargo, which could reasonably be expected to result in environmental impacts, particularly air quality impacts associated with increased port activity and associated diesel truck traffic, end quote. The diesel-related air quality impacts the EPA anticipates would pose significant health threats to port truck drivers and port communities already subject to high levels of diesel pollution. Diesel exhaust from trucks has devastating and costly health effects, including increased risk of lung cancer, nervous system impairment, stroke, chronic bronchitis, and asthma, among other ailments. Perhaps one of the most effective ways to mitigate the impact of the future increase in truck traffic through the ports is to implement a clean truck program that allows the cleanest trucks to service the ports. Unfortunately, the Clean Truck program launched in 2010 by the Port Authority has failed to take many dirty diesel trucks off the roads. Documents provided by the EPA reveal that the Clean Truck program had only reached 20% of its goal 2 years after its launch. The program has failed because of its structure. It places the onus of truck replacement on individual truck drivers rather than on the companies they serve. Because of rampant misclassification of employees as independent contractors within the trucking industry and an average port truck driver's salary of $28,000 to $29,000 per year, port truck drivers find it extremely difficult to afford to buy new expensive trucks, even when aided by loans. The coalition calls for a redesign of the Clean Truck program, which will require the trucking companies, rather than low-income drivers, to bear the cost of truck replacement. I'd like to skip ahead. At this moment, the Coast Guard and the Port Authority face a choice. One, to do right by port truck drivers and port communities and practice due diligence by conducting a full environmental impact review, commit to reforming the Clean Truck program, and relatedly support legislation that will end rampant misclassification of port truck drivers and independent contractors. Thanks.